everyone, this is Deepika Patel and welcome to the School Kids class. So let's start our today's class and today we will discuss the topic accumulation of variation during reproduction. Okay, so this is the chapter 9 of your class 10th NCERT. So let's start, and before starting let's discuss a multiple choice question. Okay, so here you have the question like same characteristics or traits transferred from parent to their offspring is called or is known as. Okay, so you have the option 1 variation, option number 2 evolution, option number 3 hereditary, option number 4 none of the above. Okay, so mark the right one. So I hope you mark the right one. So same characteristics or traits is transferred from parents to their offspring is called hereditary. Yes, it is called the hereditary. So let's discuss this topic, which is accumulation of variation during reproduction. Okay, so we have studied the variation. What is variation? See, variation is in asexual reproduction and sexual both. Okay, but the sexual reproduction, the variation which is in sexual reproduction is comparatively more than the asexual reproduction. Okay, so it is more comparatively more than the asexual reproduction. Okay, so how? See, this is the asexual reproduction, this is the asexual reproduction, and this is the sexual reproduction. Okay, where two parents involved and where here only one parent is involved. Okay, so from this parent there is two offspring generated. Okay, so what is happening here, and from this there is two also generated. Okay, so it is considered, let's consider this is an amoeba. Okay, and amoeba do the sexual reproduction and they produce their offsprings. Okay, and this so here also cell divides. Okay, cell divides and their chromosomes and the DNA which contain the information. Okay, so when the DNA is transferred from one generation to another, so some variations are there. Okay, and the same characteristics transferred and some variations are there, or you can say the some minor changes are there. Okay, so these are called the, this comes in the hereditary and this comes in the variation. Okay, but this is the DNA is transferring from only one parents. Okay, so there, that's why the changes which are transferring from one generation to another is less than the sexual reproduction. Why? Because there is only one parent involved and there is, here is in the sexual reproduction there is two parent involved. Okay, so see, so you can understand why the variations is less in the asexual reproduction and the more in the sexual reproduction. Why? Because there are two parents involved, two DNA is involved. Okay, two DNA is involved, they make the one DNA. Okay, So there have been the traits of characteristics of the mother also and the father also. Okay, and here only one parent involved, so there is only one DNA involved. Okay, so from this one DNA all the offsprings are created. So that's why the variations which are coming here is minor than the than in the sexual reproduction. Okay, now in your NCERT there is a question like, do the variations in a species have equal chances of surviving? Okay, so let's take an example. Let's take a bacteria. So there is a species of bacteria here. Okay, and what is happened, like in, so these bacteria have the characteristic to live in a cold place. Okay, and suddenly the environment change and it becomes hot. Okay, and the environment becomes hot. So what will happen here, the all the bacteria will die. Okay, why? Because they have the characteristic to live in a cold place. So when the hot environment is created, so all the bacteria would die. Okay, all die. And this scenario is happened when they are all having the same traits. Okay, they are all having the same characteristics when there is no variations. Okay, so when there is no variation, so there is the possibility that the species would wiped out if environment is suddenly changed. Okay, let's say if there is some variations in these species, some variations are there, so they live in a cold place, and when the environment hot, or you can say temperate, so some of these species would die. Okay, some of these species will die, and some can survive in this environment, in this hot temperate environment. Okay, some species will die and some species will survive in this hot temperate environment. Okay, so here we can say that the variation is important. Variation is important for the species to live. Okay, or survive. So what will happen, these species which are surviving in this hot temperate environment, so they are called the new species. New species, why? Because the parent species of this new species is cannot be survived in the hot and temperate environment, but there are some variations there. Okay, so because of the variations these species can adapt or can survive in the hot and temperate environment. Okay, so these are called the variations, and over a long period of time, long period of time long period of time, this species will lead to the evolution. Okay, evolution. Same goes with this sexual reproduction. Variations are there. Okay, variations are there, and these variations helpful for surviving in the environment if sudden changes are there. Okay, helpful to survive in the environment if sudden changes are there. Sudden changes are there. Okay, so these are the some explanation of the accumulation of variations during reproduction. Okay, so do the variations in a species have equal chance of surviving? So I think we get the answer. Okay, so let's end this class here, and from tomorrow we will discuss the heredity topic in detail. Okay. So let's end this class here, and thank you for all joining the class. Thank you again.